So how can I be better at reading for gist? So gist is something that I think causes students lots of problems. So when we're reading, especially for an exam, we need to look at, there's three different ways we look at it. So we've got reading for gist, which is skimming. So that's when we're looking for general information. So that might be answering a question that's asking you about the general idea of the whole text. Okay, then from there, we've got so that's the gist and the skimming general information there. If we're looking for more specific information, then that's where we start to scan. So that's where we need to go through. And maybe if it's a question about numbers, we know we need to look through and find a number in the text. If we're looking at a general idea, that's another skill that we are needing to check. But this particular question that the student asked is about gist and skimming. Okay, so if we're reading and it's for skimming and it's a gist task and it's an exam, I'm sure it's very stressful, it's a lot of pressure, you're trying to cover a lot of extra things. So a nice way of doing it is to look through the text. So maybe it's a full A4 page that you've got in front of you, maybe it's a text like this, and instead of reading every single word, which is going to take you a very long time, look at each paragraph. So go through each paragraph and maybe look at the first word or the first sentence and the last sentence of each paragraph. Now that can be quite helpful because the first sentence is going to be telling you maybe like an introduction to that particular paragraph, and the last sentence is normally like a conclusion for the paragraph. Another nice way as well is you can read and you can zigzag. So go down in like a line like this down the middle of the page, and you can pick out the key words that you need to look for. It will help you also when you come to doing the scanning section, because then you'll start to know approximately which paragraph or which area you need to look for that particular question. Okay, so that's reading for gist. You can also use a similar thing, listening for gist. So listening to the whole thing. Now, obviously in your exam, you're going to have, I think you can listen to the recording twice. So when you listen to it twice, the first time, it's a good idea to listen to try to get an overall general idea and overall view of things, which I think will be very, very helpful for you. And also checking the questions that you have beforehand, especially for listening, is to go through and read the questions that they're looking for. So for example, you know the question words, who, what, where, when, how, why. If it's a why question, you know you're listening out for a reason. If it's a what question, you're going to be listening out for a particular thing. So it's going to be a bit more specific. So that's two of our big skills, reading and listening, that would be covering there.